Now on CoastTV News.
Winter is back for Delmarva. Cloudy and cold today, then a yellow alert this evening into Thursday morning with a wintry mix breaking out this evening, changing to a plain rain. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up.
Georgetown ICE action as the increased effort on controlling illegal immigration hits Delmarva.
Short-term rental rules, the Ocean City ordinance that is moving closer to being finalized, and what you need to know if you own a rental property in the town.
Honoring fallen hero, the action officials in Ellendale are looking to take to memorialize one of their own who died in the line of duty.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. It's Wednesday, February 5th, 2025.
Guess what is coming back, Elisa?
Winter.
It never left us.
No, but for like
we had a reprieve.
For a couple days it did.
It did. It was just went on vacation. Now it's back.
All right, Bob. Well, it's Weather Person's Day, so I'll be nice to you. But all right, tell us the bad news.
Lisa, you should be nice to me every day. And you are. And good morning to you guys. Winter is back. It never goes away this time of year. You get little teases of spring like the last couple of days. Now it's back to reality. 20s and low 30s out there. 34 in Rehoboth, 33 in Bethany Beach, 32 in Georgetown, 31 in Milton. It's cold. We are seeing clear skies, kind of a milky overcast, and the winds are coming in out of the north. And we're looking at mostly clear skies now. You see snow on the radar. This is falling a lot. It's so dry at the surface, it's going to take a while to moisten up the atmosphere. But we're going to increase the clouds, and eventually we're going to see a wintry mix breaking out across the Ohio Valley and then starting to head our way. We do have a winter weather advisory in place for interior parts of Sussex County. This excludes the coast because I think we will see that mixed bag of precipitation of snow, sleet, and freezing rain this evening, causing problems on the roads, and then the eastern shore up to Kent County also with a winter weather advisory. We'll increase the clouds today. Temperatures only slowly rise above freezing, maybe mid-30s later on. And then if you're heading home, say after about 6 o'clock, that's when we could start to see that wintry precipitation, that mixed bag breaking out. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos, cloudy and cold, bundle them up, 31 off to school, and then still cold heading home, but still dry, cloudy, and 36.
Thank you, Bob. And, since we are expecting wet weather later today and into Thursday, we wanted to check the status in our area when it comes to those drought conditions that we've been talking about going back to the late part of last year. The most recent data is from last week. Here is Sussex County, and just look at the northeastern part. This is mostly along the Delaware Bay, and according to the U.S. Drought Monitor, it's still in extreme drought status. We're talking about Lewis, Broadkill Beach, and Milton.
Now we're going to look at Worcester County and the entire eastern shore. It is all in a severe drought, even though Ocean City got over 6 inches of snow last month. We will see what impact this upcoming stretch of wet weather will have on that drought status.
Happening today, memorializing a hero in Ellendale. The town council will review plans to add a bench honoring fallen firefighter Thomas Berry III. You may remember Berry lost his life in the line of duty while responding to a car accident back in August 2024. This is actual footage of the memorial bench for Berry in Georgetown, and Ellendale officials are now looking to have something similar in their town.
Also at that town council meeting, officials could appoint someone to fill a vacant spot on the Planning and Zoning Commission. This comes after officials set out to fill at least 3 vacant seats earlier this year. And according to the town, the Planning and Zoning Commission meets on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m.
New this morning, Maryland Governor Wes Moore will hold his 3rd State of the State address. It's taking place this afternoon. It was last month that his administration released the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026. This is looking to cut at least $2 billion in spending. According to the governor's office, the events will take place at noon and people can watch it on social media.
We've been talking about floods in Dewey Beach for quite some time, and the rising sea level and rain have been known to cause issues for people who live there. The town's Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to decide whether or not people who live in Dewey can raise their houses using freeboards to stay safe from flooding. CoastTV spoke with someone who lives in that area where these changes could take place, and he says the flooding can get so bad he often thinks about raising his home.
Certainly we've considered it over the years, and some people are doing it. When the tide is up above 1.5 feet, this land doesn't drain. So if you have flood or rain, heavy rain here, we'll have a foot of water out here in half an hour.
Phil also said if he wanted to do the project 13 years ago, it would cost roughly $12,000. But he says if he wants to do the project today, it would cost him up to $140,000.
You're now looking live at Ocean City and the condos along the canal. Changes are coming for people who are looking to vacation at the popular beach town. We have an update on a story that we've been covering in Ocean City. It's about short-term rentals under an ordinance, a quick weekend getaway. Well, that could be a thing of the past. If finalized, people would have to book a stay for a minimum of 5 days with short-term rentals. The Ocean City Council approved the first reading of an ordinance that adds a minimum length of stay for short-term rentals in residential areas and mobile homes. One realtor gathered over 200 signatures for a petition opposing this new rule, but that didn't stop the council from pushing it forward.
Guests now come 3.41 days, and that's the national average. So saying 5 days, we're cutting out half of people's rental income in the summer. We have a very short window for people to make enough money to pay their bills.
And since the minimum length of stay proposal did pass its first reading, it's now going to a second and final reading that's expected to take place during the next council meeting.
On top of the new rental changes, there's something else. If you have a property you would like to rent out this year in Ocean City, you're going to have to wait. In a separate emergency ordinance, Town Council also approved an 11-month moratorium on new short-term rental licenses in the single-family residential and mobile home residential districts. This is something the Ocean City mayor says was needed after the recent regulation changes.
That's so we can take a pause so that we can really further evaluate, the number of rentals, exactly what the impact is on those areas, and if we really want to see more rentals, in the R1 and MH areas.
Property owners with an existing rental license may apply for renewal and a supplementary short-term rental license for the 2025 license year.
National effort to get illegal immigration under control. It's now being seen in Georgetown. The police department there is confirming that ICE agents conducted a fugitive apprehension operation Tuesday within Georgetown. And they say they were notified of the operation by ICE, but were not involved and did not receive any requests for assistance. The number of detainees remains unclear. Police say they were unable to provide specific details about this federal investigation. Now, the Georgetown Police Department also says, quote, "We want to emphasize that the safety and security of our residents and visitors remain our top priority," end quote. And for more on this situation, be sure to check out our app and CoastTV.com. Now, taking a live look at the White House, where on Tuesday, President Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump suggesting that 2 million Palestinians should be relocated out of Gaza in order to rebuild the area with a possibility of U.S. ownership. There's the predictable backlash against that.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us the latest on the Israeli situation and also the reaction to the Trump administration's effort to eliminate wasteful spending of taxpayer money.
President Trump rolling out a stunning plan to take ownership of the Gaza Strip.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
In a White House press conference with Israel's prime minister, the president proposing the U.S. redevelop the war-torn enclave.
The Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so this could be so magnificent.
He said Palestinians would have to leave the sovereign territory during reconstruction, taken in by countries like Egypt and Jordan, who oppose that idea, and many Gazans do not want to leave. President Trump also did not rule out deploying U.S. troops to Gaza.
If it's necessary, we'll do that.
Lawmakers in both parties pushing back.
We'll see what the Arab world says, but, that'd be problematic at many, many levels.
That's insane. I can't think of a place on earth that would welcome American troops less and where any positive outcome is less likely.
Adding to the humanitarian challenge, the U.S. Agency for International Development announcing overnight almost all direct hires will be placed on administrative leave this week, following Trump administration moves upending the organization and stalling critical shipments of food and medicine around the world.
there are lives at risk.
Kayla Nickel contracts with USAID on global democracy projects. She's had to furlough all her employees and fears U.S. disengagement from volatile zones will harm national security.
We know exactly who steps in, and we've created a vacuum that is not in the American interest.
Pressing questions as President Trump remakes U.S. foreign policy. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Coming up, solutions to stop shoreline erosion, what some people living on Chincoteague Island say could help restore the southern inlet.
Also breaking down bill increases. The investigation into bill increases at Delmarva Power continues, and now the company says another Delaware agency could get involved.
And DelDOT making history with its new transportation secretary. Why the appointment is so important, especially during Black History Month. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
At Bay to Beach Builders, we believe your home should reflect your life, dreams, and style. From the foundation to the finishing touches, every detail is designed and crafted just for you. But what makes us different? One defining characteristic is our built-by-hand cabinetry, featuring true Amish craftsmanship with dovetailed joints and soft-close hinges. With countless accessories to choose from in our design studios, we ensure every space in your home works beautifully for you. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
6:13 on this cold and, well, kind of starry morning. Increasing clouds. Cambridge right now, we're at 28 degrees and we're at or below freezing pretty much everywhere. So a stark contrast to yesterday's milder temperatures as we have a northerly wind. We're looking at mostly clear skies now, but eventually the clouds will thicken up. And out to our west, we will see a mixed bag of precipitation developing, then heading our way this evening. That's why we've got a yellow alert. What size coffee this morning? Oh, that's an easy one. Extra large, because it's cold out there. You got to stay warm. Cloudy and cold today and a high of only 37.
Bob, happening today, DelDOT crews will be brightening roads as snow, sleet, and freezing rain are making their way to Sussex County. DelDOT urges drivers to give the crews on the roads plenty of space as they work for your safety.
New this morning on your screen, we are showing you Delaware's new Secretary of Transportation, Shantae Hastings. She is making history. She is the first African-American woman to ever hold this position. DelDOT says Hastings has worked for the agency since graduating from the University of Delaware in 2000, and her nomination was supported unanimously by the state Senate.
Also new this morning, anglers, both commercial and recreational, have an opportunity to ask their burning questions before the busy season begins. According to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, the agency will host a fisheries information exchange this week in Ocean Pines. The agency says representatives will be available to talk about licensing, permits, reporting, and more. The event takes place at the Worcester County Library in Ocean Pines on February 7th.
We have an update on the parking situation on 1 Street in Milton. According to Milton Councilman Scotty Elder, at this week's Town Council meeting, officials decided to allow temporary parking on Atlantic Street to continue, but they request people do not permanently park there And if a problem persists, it will be revisited again.
Still ahead, breaking down electric bills. We'll tell you how Delmarva Power is responding after multiple reports of customers' bills increasing.
Still pretty dark out there. Tunnel and Razor Cam 36 in Lewis. Maybe a little bit of daylight showing up. Sunrise shortly after 7 as winter is back. Cloudy and cold today. Then a yellow alert goes into effect this evening. We've got winter weather advisories for a mixed bag of precipitation, changing to rain. More unsettled weather into the weekend and even into next week. Your forecast details in 2 minutes.
NBC News Daily. Weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
Ready to upgrade your drive? Visit buyatoyota.com or scan this QR code and start your journey today. Ready for anything with comfort that lasts the whole trip? Your new RAV4 is waiting with deals just a click away. Right now, buy a new Toyota RAV4 with low 4.99% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
The doctors of Delmarva Chiropractic take great pride in offering the finest, most individualized care to their patients and stay on the cutting edge of healthcare and clinical interventions. As winners of Coastal Style and Metropolitan Magazine's Best Chiropractors for 7 years in a row, Doctors Lane, Brown, and Taylor help with conditions such as back pain, sciatica, headaches, concussions, dizziness, and much more. The clinic also offers laser therapy, decompression, acupuncture, and custom orthotics. Call Delmarva Chiropractic today and take the first step toward achieving your maximum potential.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on is a team effort, and our team broke a reliability record in 2024. Members experienced a nearly 20% drop in outages, and our crews have never restored power faster. Our success is a result of dedicated engineers, careful planning, tree trimming, and the use of advanced technology that can self-heal power lines and equipment. And not only has co-op power never been more reliable, it's also the most affordable in the state of Delaware.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Time is 6:18, and we're getting a live look at the Roosevelt Inlet in Lewis. And we are working under yellow alert conditions, but Bob, it's not for this morning, and it is not for snow.
Exactly. Both right on both accounts, Matt. The yellow alert goes into effect this evening, and usually it's for about an inch of snow. We could see a little bit of snow, but I think it's more of an ice, kind of a sleet, freezing rain situation with that yellow alert that goes into effect this evening. Continues into Thursday morning, and we are going to see that wintry mix for a few hours this evening, turning over to plain rain. So expect slippery roads, sidewalks, and bridge decks as we're going to see temperatures hovering around freezing. And then mainly morning rain as we go into Thursday, steady to possibly heavy rain at times at that time. First things first, here's our winter weather advisory that went into effect a couple of hours ago for Sussex County. This goes until Thursday morning, excluding the immediate coast. So Millsboro, Bridgeville, back through Delmar and Gumboro. We could be looking at slippery roads as we go into this evening for the eastern shore and up into Kent County too. Also have that winter weather advisory, and that also includes a good chunk of interior parts of the northeast and even an ice storm warning farther to the west through Pennsylvania and into the mountains. So we're going to see a little bit of ice, but nothing to the degree like they're going to see to our west. It's plenty cold out there now. In fact, most of us below freezing or at freezing. 32 in Bethany Beach, 32 in Georgetown, but 25 in Delmar as the cold air continues to drain down the Arctic air that was building in last night, still over the top of us. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, we will increase the clouds. You're seeing some snow showing up. This is a loft. It's drying out before it hits the ground, but we're seeing thicker clouds to the west. We've got Arctic high pressure in place, but we're going to see warm air going up and over the top of that cold air, and an area of mixed precipitation will break out across the Midwest and then start to head our way. So futurecast this morning, we're just above the freezing mark at 9 o'clock. We're increasing the clouds with that northerly wind. By mid-afternoon, still cloudy and temperatures just above freezing. Then we go into this evening and you start to see that peach color showing up. That is a sleet sleet and freezing rain, maybe a little bit of snow as we go through this evening till about 10 o'clock, and temperatures just above freezing in a lot of places. If you're at 32, definitely going to be slick. And then by about 11:30 around Highway 9 or thereabouts, we start to see the plain rain starting to displace the frozen precipitation farther to the north. At 1 a.m., still a little icy around Ellendale, but for the rest of us, it's a cold rain as temperatures are rising into the mid-30s. Then that rain, plain rain, will be heavy at times. It's going to be a miserable rush hour tomorrow and a cold one with temperatures in the 30s as that rain will continue heavy at times and then just start to clear out as we go into the afternoon and temperatures near 50. We're going to see at least a half an inch, maybe an inch of rain, and in some places, maybe at least an inch and a half of rain at that time. And we're not done yet. The active pattern continues. We're going to see a wintry mix developing on Saturday. I think that turns to a little bit of rain, and then a more important system will be building in later Monday. Snow, rain, maybe both. We'll have to see, but that one looks pretty significant. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. We've got the yellow alert that goes into effect this evening into tomorrow. A little icy this evening, and then plain rain heavy at times Thursday, 50 degrees. Dries out Friday, then another wintry mix Saturday, changing to rain, 41. Dries out Sunday and Monday, and then maybe a more important system with rain and snow by Tuesday and a high of 43.
Thank you, Bob. We do have an update on the story that we've been covering this week. It's the higher cost of Delmarva power utility bills. Now, customers are telling us they're being charged double what they're used to. There are questions about the delivery fee, but Delmarva Power says there are no new charges. They're just starting to list more of a complete breakdown to show transparency. Now, as far as overall increases, Delmarva Power says it's the weather.
Kind of that perfect storm, with these unseasonably cold temperatures and increased usage. So, for just December alone, for our Delaware customers, we saw about a 40% increase in usage as compared to November.
And Delmarva Power says they do not have the authority to implement their own charges to customers. That's regulated by the Delaware Public Service Commission. It does take us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what should that commission do now?
And so far, 51% of voters say freeze those rate hikes, then 22% say improve transparency, 17% say increase oversight, and 10% say hold hearings. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. And more to come this morning on Coast TV News Today. Solutions to stop shoreline erosion. We'll tell you what some Chincoteague Island locals say could happen if nothing is done to protect the southern inlet. Don't go anywhere.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Winter is here and it's time to stay cozy. But is your heating system ready to play its part? Don't roll the dice on comfort or safety. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating maintenance and safety inspection. We'll fine-tune your system so it's ready to tackle winter's chill, no sweat, or shivers. With nearly 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
When Pfeiffer's needed a custom solution for their serving windows, they turned to Clark & Sons. When the American Legion and Lewis faced a similar challenge, they also called Clark & Sons. From the smallest custom garage door you've ever seen to the bold, bright red doors of the new Ocean City Fire Department, Clark & Sons has the garage door for every need. For over 60 years, we've been the trusted choice across Delmarva, known for delivering top-notch craftsmanship and unmatched service. Call today for your free estimate. Clark & Sons, where quality meets trust.
It's been a little bit of a love relationship between DeFibos and Avery Hall. Avery Hall just offers that next level service, which is what I do for a living. I am in the service business, so to find a company like Avery Hall who offers that personal service, where I'm talking to a human being and not an operator, is just priceless. I think Avery Hall is reliable, and that's very important to me. I have other things to do. Avery Hall allows me to take care of other things.
This morning, one man facing felony charges after Dewey Beach police say he was arrested following a chase. This was on Tuesday. Police getting reports of a white motorcycle driving recklessly and showing a gun to another driver near Delaware Seashore State Park. Police found 2 motorcycles matching the descriptions, and they attempted a traffic stop, but both sped off. Eventually, they were able to get one of the bikes to pull over and arrested Ty Hangle of Milton. Police say they did not recover a gun, and currently a search for the second suspect is underway.
Mother Nature is constantly reshaping Chincoteague Island, but some watermen on the island are worried about erosion on its southern end. This is Harbor Master Vernon Merritt showing video of the erosion on Google Maps. And a charter boat captain says if nothing is done to protect this southern inlet, the million-dollar industries of fishing and sightseeing could no longer exist.
Time is of the essence. The longer we wait, the worse it gets. So something has to be done. You know, waiting for a study to be done or waiting to see what happens generally doesn't work too well. We need action, and we need it now to protect what's here.
Leonard suggests that the state or the Army Corps of Engineers could bring dredge material to build up sandbars just off the island to keep the waves from eating away at the shoreline.
Just a few days ago, we celebrated the groundhog. Today, we recognize his counterparts here at CoastTV because it is National Weather Person's Day.
It's observed on the birthday of John Jeffries, one of the United States' first weather observers who took daily measurements just, starting in 1774.
Yeah, and somebody who's just slightly younger than old John Jeffries is our weather person,
I think much
Trigan.
younger. Yes, I think much. Well,
1700s. Thomas Jefferson also kept weather records too, and so they were back at it back in the 1700s, and I appreciate the adoration on this special day. Here's our beach forecast. Assateague and Chincoteague. Cloudy today. Temperatures not climbing much into the upper 30s. Winds coming out of the northeast. It'll be a raw day. And then Fenwick Island and Ocean City looking at temperatures in the 30s, 2 to 4 foot waves. Cloudy in Cambridge. We're going to see some of those icy conditions this evening, and then just a plain rain Thursday, then drier Friday. Similar conditions for Crisfield as well. I think it's interior areas of Delmarva that see the most ice, but not a lot. More on the yellow alert and this active pattern coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, developing key bridge design will tell you the goal of officials when creating the new look for the bridge that collapsed almost a year ago.
Also, more time for early voting. We'll tell you about the proposal in Maryland that could expand the option for future elections.
And Bench for Thomas Berry III will tell you when Ellendale officials are set to discuss the memorial in honor of a fallen hero. Coast TV News today will be right back.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
No strangers here, just friends you haven't met yet. With comfortable outdoor seating and an authentic Irish bar, Irish Eyes in Milton is a local favorite by the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes in Lewis with ample free parking, a gorgeous waterfront patio, extensive menu favorites, and the best happy hour on the water. Book our Lewis room for all of life's celebrations. With a lovely panoramic view, in-house chef, and a professional team to make your next event one to remember. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the in our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a prim.
Now on CoastTV News.
Winter is back for Delmarva. Cloudy and cold today, then a yellow alert this evening as we're looking at a wintry mix developing, changing to a plain rain on Thursday. I'll track it on a future cast coming up.
ICE operation in Georgetown, what the local police department there is saying about the action on Tuesday by federal officials.
Raising homes, that's what Dewey Beach is hoping will protect properties from flooding and what homeowners there need to know.
Key Bridge comeback. This is what it's expected to look like when complete. The latest on the effort to get a new bridge in place.
This is CoastTV News Today.
February 5th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 6:31. We get closer to the Super Bowl. I know the Eagles fever just continues here on Delmarva.
It does. Do you have a favorite Super Bowl food to eat?
I'm a traditionalist. I'll go wings.
Wings,
probably, yeah.
I agree with you on
Adult
that.
beverages, maybe.
All right, hey, you never know, but I think wings is a good way to go. Bob, what about you? Do you have a favorite Super Bowl food?
Yeah, I like maybe pigs in a blanket. Those are good, and maybe the little hot dogs and the barbecue sauce and wings. Yeah, you have to have all the unhealthy food for Super Bowl, right? We're looking at temperatures this morning that are in the 20s and 30s. It's much colder than it has been. So bundle up. 32 in Bethany Beach and Georgetown, 31 in Milton, 30 in Seaford, 26 in Delmar. Winds are coming out of the north. They're pretty light, but we continue to see this Arctic air funneling in. You're seeing white showing up on the satellite. That's not snow. We're looking at mostly clear skies. There could be some snow falling aloft, but the air at the surface is still very dry. But eventually, farther back to our west, we will see a mixed bag of precipitation developing across the Ohio Valley and then starting to head our way for this evening. Already have a winter weather advisory in place for inland Sussex County, including places like Bridgeville, Georgetown, Millsboro. This is for sleet and freezing rain as we go into the evening hours. Roads could get really dicey. 113, Highway 9, 13 as well. Then the Eastern Shore and back up into Kent County, you have a winter weather advisory for that icy potential into tomorrow morning. But we're dry during the day and temperatures just above freezing by mid-morning, but we're increasing the clouds. Don't think we're looking at snow during the afternoon. But then as we go into the evening and temperatures around freezing, we'll start to see that wintry mix and maybe a little snow developing. So might want to just grab the ice scraper just in case out the door this morning, and you might need it to scrape off the windows. Cold and dry, the roads are dry. And then for the PM commute, looking good through about 5 o'clock, and then that wintry mix developing. Definitely roads, sidewalks, bridge decks could get icy. More on that coming up a little bit later on.
You, Bob, and since we are expecting wet weather later today and on Thursday, we wanted to check the status of our area when it comes to those drought conditions we were experiencing just a couple of months ago. The most recent data is from last week, and here's Sussex County, mostly along the Delaware Bay. According to the U.S. Drought Monitor, it is still in extreme drought status, and that is the area of Lewis, Broadkill Beach, and Milton.
And as we look at Worcester County and the entire Eastern Shore, it's all in severe drought. This is after Ocean City got over 6 inches of snow last month. So we will see what impacts of this upcoming stretch of wet weather will have on the drought status.
And happening today, Ellendale will discuss adding a memorial bench to honor fallen firefighter Thomas Berry III. You may remember Berry lost his life in the line of duty while responding to a car accident back in August 2024. This is footage of a memorial bench for Berry in Georgetown, and town officials will discuss the possible addition at the town council meeting tonight at 7 p.m.
New this morning, Maryland Governor Wes Moore will hold his third State of the State address. It's taking place this afternoon. It was back in January that his administration released the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026. It's looking to cut at least $2 billion in spending. And according to the governor's office, the event's taking place today at noon, and people can tune in on social media.
New this morning, early voting could last longer in future Maryland elections. This afternoon, the state Senate will hold a hearing on a bill that would extend early voting to the day right before Election Day in both the primary and the general election. Currently, the last early voting day in Maryland occurs on the Thursday prior to Election Day.
Progress in rebuilding the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's moving forward. Maryland Governor Moore and the State Transportation Authority have unveiled the new design for the bridge. It's been almost a year since a cargo ship crashed into it, causing it to collapse and killing 6 construction workers. Moore said the proposed bridge design honors the architectural tradition of the original Key Bridge, Pre-construction started last month on the $2 billion project. The rebuild is expected to be completed by the fall of 2028.
And fighting flooding issues in Dewey Beach, for some homeowners close to the water, it can be a major issue.
But as Coast TV's Brendan Conroy shows us, the town's Planning and Zoning Commission is proposing an ordinance that would allow people to raise their homes.
Keeping your house and everything you own dry. For people who live in Dewey Beach, especially near the water, that is what they're striving for with an ordinance that would allow them to raise their homes.
If you have flood or rain, heavy rain here, we'll have a foot of water out here in half an hour.
The drafted ordinance would allow each home to be raised 1 foot by freeboards. And for people who live on Reed Avenue, it's something to think about.
We've considered it over the years, and some people are doing it.
The town says the biggest flooding problems come from roads closest to the ocean. Check this out. I'm right here on Reed Avenue by the water, and while it's too dark to show you the water, let me show you this right here. This is where the sea level actually is, and although there's some rocks and some barriers, if those weren't there, all that water could potentially flood the whole entire street. And that's what's making people who live here nervous and wondering if they need to do a project of raising their house. But if they do, it could be costly. One local told me the cost of this project about a decade ago was $12,000. Now, it would be $140,000. Town manager Bill Zolper says spots closer to the water like Van Dyke Street and Reed Avenue have it the worst.
Everything down along the bay, that's really the worst flooding. Reed Street is the worst street when it floods in Dewey. Then McKinley Street, Van Dyke, and Dickinson Street they all flood.
The ordinance will now move to Town Council for further discussion. For Coast TV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
National effort to get illegal immigration under control now being seen in Georgetown. The police department there confirming that ICE agents conducted a fugitive apprehension operation Tuesday within Georgetown. And the police said they were notified of the operation by ICE, but were not involved and did not receive any requests for assistance. The number of detainees remains unclear. Police say they are unable to provide specific details related to this federal investigation. The Georgetown Police Department also saying, quote, "We want to emphasize that the safety and security of our residents and visitors remain our top priority," end quote. And for more on the situation, you can find it on our app and check out CoastTV.com.
We are now taking a live look at the White House, and President Trump is facing growing backlash this morning from both parties after suggesting 2 million Palestinians should be moved out of Gaza so the United States can redevelop and eventually own the Middle East territory. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Trump in Washington this week and is scheduled to meet with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth today. Netanyahu says he is discussing Trump's plan, and more than 1 million Palestinians call Gaza home and may plan to stay. But Trump suggests they leave and go to neighboring countries. Now those nations don't appear eager to take them in.
Loan it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
It's a non-starter for the Egyptians. It's a non-starter for the Jordanians. It deals and undermines their own national security.
Both Republicans and Democrats are not supporting the possible move suggested by President Trump.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Worcester County wind worries will tell you how leaders are ensuring their position on the offshore wind project is heard by state leadership after a recent approval on the project.
Also, key conference clash. Got a big one tonight for Cape Wrestling. We will preview their match at Caesar Rodney.
And Shantae Hastings is being announced as DelDOT's new transportation secretary. We'll tell you how her appointment is making Black History Month. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Noah Jackson. Noah Jackson has distinguished himself in the fire service since starting as a cadet in 2019. Currently serving as an engineer and cadet coordinator for Delmarva Fire Department, Noah has earned accolades including Rookie of the Year and Firefighter of the Year. He also serves with the Seaford Fire Department and is a member of the Delaware Initial Attack Wildland Crew. With numerous certifications and a role in the Sussex County Technical Rescue Team, Noah's commitment to fire safety and community service is exemplary. We salute Noah Jackson for his dedication and exceptional contributions.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Imagine a home that truly reflects your unique style and sophistication. Welcome to Bay to Beach Builders. Step into the brand new Idea Home and Design Studio in Greenwood, where your dream home takes shape. Select every style, every color, and every detail. Our design specialists will guide you through every step. Experience the unmatched quality of Amish craftsmanship, blended seamlessly with modern design. And the best part, our homes are surprisingly affordable, starting at under $200,000. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
Living in pain isn't living at all. At Delmarva Acupuncture, we help get your life back.
I was not able to really get around. I was using a cane. When I came in here, I was a little skeptical, but it worked. It got me walking 5 to 6 miles a day on my vacation. I had a wonderful time. I came back still feeling great. If you are being told there's nothing more that can be done for you, it's an option.
Don't let your pain hold you back. Call Delmarva Acupuncture today to reclaim your life.
It had been an ongoing issue with the ductboard that's underneath the home, a rancid odor, and I said, I'm calling Above and Beyond, and Braden successfully eliminated all this odor. I have no more allergies, no more runny eyes. It's all gone thanks to this air scrubber. This is why I called Above and Beyond. One of the reasons that I went with Above and Beyond services is because I believe in this product, definitely. It's a lifesaver. I can breathe. I'm so much healthier.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
6:42 on this Wednesday morning. Gutter helmet cam. Starting to see the clouds increasing out there. It looks like a wintry sky, maybe a snowy sky. We're below freezing in a lot of places, if not below freezing, right at freezing. So much colder. Make sure you bundle up out the door. So we do have a northerly wind, and we're seeing increasing clouds right now. Maybe some snow aloft, and it'll be a cloudy day, and eventually a wintry mix will develop to our west, then head our way this evening. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos: 30 degrees off to school. Mud's colder this morning. Bundle them up, and then heading home cloudy and cold and 36. Mary Thomas from Lewis is our umbrella winner. Congratulations to her from Coast TV and Paul Davis.
New this morning, and we are showing you on your screen, that is Delaware's new Secretary of Transportation, Shantae Hastings. She is making history as the first African-American woman to hold this position. And DelDOT says Hastings has worked for the agency since graduating from the University of Delaware in 2000. Her nomination was supported unanimously by the state Senate.
We have an update on a parking situation on 1 Major Street in Milton. According to Milton Town Councilman Scotty Edler, at last week's council meeting, officials decided to allow temporary parking on Atlantic Street, but they request people do not permanently park there. And if that problem persists, it will be revisited again.
Yeah, one man was moved on is facing felony charges after Dewey Beach police say he was arrested following a chase. According to the agency, officers got reports of a white motorcycle driving recklessly and showing a gun to another driver. This was near Delaware Seashore State Park. Police say they found 2 motorcycles matching the descriptions and attempted a traffic stop. Both sped off. Eventually, police were able to pull one of the bikes over, and they arrested Ty Hengel of Milton. Now, police did not recover a gun and currently are searching for the second suspect.
And people are getting ready for the Super Bowl and getting their game day haircuts. Eagles fans here are gearing up for the Super Bowl with some special styles, and they have their jerseys, their game day snacks, and their game day haircuts. Paul Cusimano, owner of Millville Barbershop, says he put his bright idea and his friend's artistic skills together for this haircut.
Victor's an amazing artist, and I thought what a great idea if he could do designs in people's hair for the Super Bowl. It's been pretty popular and cool to see with all the local Eagles fans. They definitely like it.
These designs are being done for the biggest Eagles fans on Delmarva for just $30.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. It's Wrestling Wednesday on the Delmarva Sports Network, and we've got a Henlopen North battle on the mats. It's the Cape Henlopen Vikings visiting the Caesar Rodney Riders. The Vikings 11-7 on the year, and they have won 4 straight, but this is a big test for Cape as they did fall to North Division foes Sussex Central and Smyrna. They look to turn that around against Caesar Rodney. The Riders have a perfect North Division record, and their only loss came from Salesianum. That was the last time the Riders were on the floor. Caesar Rodney looks to bounce back into the win column. This match only on the Delmarva Sports Network tonight at 6 p.m. That game is free over the air, but if you are on the road, you can find 4 additional games on GSM+. In wrestling action, Woodbridge takes on Sussex Academy. That's at 7 p.m. Dover takes on Milford, a tri-meet. In addition, on the Maryland side of things between Hartford Tech, Stephen Decatur, and Ken Island. And finally, a boys basketball matchup. Chrisfield will take on Parkside at 6 p.m. All the action tonight on DSM+. That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Seeing a beautiful sunrise with the clouds increasing on the FH Fur camera in Cambridge, 30 degrees. It is cold. Winter is back. We're looking at a cloudy day. A yellow alert for this evening for a wintry mix could cause some slick roads. Then a cold rain and more unsettled weather for the weekend and beyond. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
This February, fall in love with safety and reliability because at Gateway Subaru, we believe love means keeping you safe. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. Big or small, when accidents strike, things can get a little complicated. This is where the law office of Trapp-Nickel steps in. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. If you've suffered an injury, claim the justice you're entitled to. The law office of Trapp-Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, a local pup is hitting the big leagues in this year's Puppy Bowl. Meet the furry star making waves. Plus, the great debate. Is it better to text or call your friends? Coast Life. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
When you have damage caused by frozen or burst pipes, getting help fast is crucial. Royal Plus offers immediate and professional cleanup services if you should suffer damage from frozen pipes. Our water extraction and restoration repair technicians are experts at restoring any structure, location, or property type, and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to your water emergency. In disaster's wake, there's one call to make. Royal Plus. Find us at royalplus.com. We bring calm to the chaos.
The time is now 6:48 and we are taking a live look outside at Cambridge this morning. And Bob, that sun looks beautiful over the water there, but it's not going to be as warm from that sun, unfortunately.
No, we're not going to get any help from the big star in the sky, Elisa. It's going to be fading behind increasing clouds throughout the day. So a cloudy, cold day. And then a yellow alert goes into effect this evening, continues until Thursday morning. We're going to see a wintry mix of precipitation breaking out, then turning to a plain rain through the overnight. But for a few hours this evening up till about midnight, slippery roads, sidewalks, bridge decks. It could be a little treacherous out there, especially interior areas of Delmarva. Then a mainly cold rain as we go into Thursday morning, and that rain could be heavy at times, so kind of miserable as we go through this evening and into tomorrow. Already a winter weather advisory for pretty much all of Sussex County, excluding the immediate coast. You'll be warm enough where you won't see any frozen precipitation, but sleet, freezing rain. Georgetown, 13, 9, and 113. These roads definitely could be impacted by some slippery conditions as we go into this evening with that freezing freezing rain and sleet. Eastern Shore from Cambridge up to Denton and then Milford into Kent County. You are also under a winter weather advisory, as is much of the Northeast. This is going to be an ice storm more than snow for everybody, and maybe a big ice storm for this purple color through Altoona, Pennsylvania, into the mountains of western Maryland. Temperatures now 33 Rehoboth, 32 in Georgetown, 31 in Milton, 27 in Salisbury. So that Arctic air just continues to seep in with this northerly wind. It's that dense cold air that kind of hugs the surface. We're mostly clear to partly cloudy right now. We have the increase in clouds, some snow falling aloft, but it's just too dry at the surface right now. And farther to the west, we have warmer air going up and over the top of this very cold air dome, and then we're going to see a wintry mix breaking out, and that will affect us as we go into this evening. But we're increasing the clouds through the morning into the afternoon. By noon, just above the freezing mark. And as we go into the afternoon, upper 30s. Then after about 6 o'clock, I think we could start to see some snow or a wintry mix breaking out. You see this peach color. That could be sleet and freezing rain, depending on those critical temperatures around 32. If it's around 32 or lower, it will be freezing. And then by 11:30, we start to see some warmer air building in. So plain rain will start to displace the frozen precipitation farther to the north. 1 a.m. still northern parts of Sussex County in some ice, sleet, and freezing rain. Just a plain cold rain for the rest of us into Thursday morning, and that rain will be heavy at times, upper 30s and heavy rain. Yuck. It's going to be a really miserable rush hour as we head out on your Thursday. And then it dries out into the afternoon, and around 50 for a high with drier conditions at that time. About a half inch to about an inch of rain, maybe an inch and a half in some places. And we're not done there. A wintry mix on Saturday. Looks like that turns to rain, and then a more significant system will be building in later Monday with snow and rain, and that could be a significant weather maker for sure at that time. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We have the yellow alert this evening into tomorrow. The icy situation turning into rain. Dries out Friday, another mixed bag on Saturday, 41. Then colder next week with more rain and snow on Tuesday.
Bob, change in administrations in Washington could lead to changes in the effort to build wind turbines off of our coast. Worcester County commissioners are sending this letter to Maryland's Public Service Commission. It's in response to the state's recent decision to allow U.S. Wind, the alternative energy company, to expand its project. The PSC chair defended the decision, saying it will advance the project beneficial to the state. Worcester County leaders disagree, and even with President Trump in office, who has been a vocal critic of wind energy, officials want to make sure their views on offshore wind are heard.
He's only there for 4 years. Who's next? I mean, if we get somebody else that's green energy minded, then it could be back again in 4 years, and we'd be fighting the fight over again. We need to do away with it completely right now, so it goes away from Worcester County and Maryland's coast forever.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore declined to comment regarding the state's decision.
Time is now 6:53, so we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet this hour on your screen is this dog, Silly Making Faces. He was submitted to us by Pamela in Lincoln. That's a great picture. We've had some good ones today.
We have had some good ones, but we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva, especially if you have funny photos of your pets. So send us them and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where you'll find the QR code. It's at the top. If you scan it, you can submit your friend to us here and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Looks like he has that expression, winter's back. Oh no. We're looking at cloudy skies on the tunnel and razor cam. It's cold out there. Winter is indeed back. It's cloudy and cold today. Yellow alert this evening for that wintry mix. Could get icy, changing to rain. More of a mixed bag for the weekend and another system into next week. A very active pattern. Your 10-day forecast is next.
A job worth doing is worth doing well.
Family-owned Daisy's Well Drilling, serving the shore since 1941 with quality service, honest answers, and real solutions.
Whether it's an inspection, repair, or installation, or just a second opinion, we're here for you.
We appreciate all the thank you notes from our customers over the years. Prompt, courteous, honest, patient, professional. It's a pleasure to serve this community.
Call or click to connect with Daisy's Well Drilling.
Family-owned.
Community trusted.
Well done.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
You've come a long way, Peninsula Bath. Sure has been fun.
Are you the bath guy?
Can you take out the trash?
Do you do lawns?
Listen, Linda, listen.
You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Khakis?
Share with us your favorite Linda memory, and you'll get 2024 off your next bathroom remodel with Peninsula Bath.
Mercy, that's a great deal.
Thank you, Delmarva, for a great year.
If you've inherited a home or have a distressed property that you just want to be done with, then call me, Delmarva Dave. I buy houses. The process is simple. I'll make you a fast cash offer and close in 30 days so you can just move on. No agents, no showings, no repairs, and no stress. It really is that simple when you work with a professional home buyer like me, Delmarva Dave. I'll make selling your home a breeze.
The hammers are smashing, the glasses are raising, and the fun times await at Bushel Sports Bar and Grill in Lewis. Explore our selection of off-season entrees and mouth-watering signature sandwiches that are sure to satisfy any palate. Relax and enjoy local craft brews and specialty cocktails watching your favorite sports team, or compete with your friends at some 8-ball. And indulge yourself with year-round all-you-can-eat crabs, served by the bucketful and seasoned to perfection. For good vibes with a friendly atmosphere, visit Bushel's on Coastal Highway today.
The time is now 6:56, so we are going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob.
Come on in, Bob.
Come on, come join us, Bob.
I was just celebrating Weather
He was
Person's
making
Day.
us wait. We were like, gotta give him a drum roll. We should have given him a drum roll when he walked in.
You could have done that.
No.
All right, next time. We're looking at clouds increasing out there this morning, and it's going to be a cloudy day and it's cold. Temperatures only into the mid to upper 30s. We're good through about 5 p.m. Then I think we'll see that mixed bag of precipitation building in this evening. Sleet, snow, freezing rain. Roads could get treacherous this evening. Temperatures around freezing. And then overnight, changing to plain rain, so that yellow alert continues into Thursday. 50 for the high, dry Friday, and then into the weekend, another mixed bag on Saturday, and then maybe more of a major system of rain and snow as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking cold next week. And right now, Valentine's Day is looking, well, kind of chilly, but dry.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And until then, have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.